Recording in Studio C at the 511 Studios, this is A Note to Future Me. I'm Brett Johnson, owner and lead consultant at Circle270Media Podcast Consultants. How to stop sounding like a sales newbie. Now, sales presentations are a bit more complicated than they have been in the past. Today's business owners are savvier, and competitors are more numerous. That means when finding sponsors for your podcast, there's little room for a mistake. Marc Wayshak, in an entrepreneur article, points out 9 rookie mistakes. I wanted to spotlight 4 of those, but I will also have a link to that full article in the podcast show notes. Number 1, sounding salesy. Cut out that stereotypical sales tone when speaking with prospects. Sounding overly enthusiastic and loud comes off inauthentic. You're going to put your prospect more at ease with an easygoing, friendly manner of speaking. Kind of like what you do in your podcast. Not sure of what you sound like when you're selling? Well, record your next sales call to find out. You got the equipment, do it. It will also give you a lot of practice in regards to that first initial call that you'll be making to, and you won't be as nervous. Practice it, practice it, practice it, practice it. Making it all about you. Even with the best intentions, you are going to get carried away discussing your podcast. Hey, it's your baby. She's beautiful. You want to talk about her. That business owner really doesn't care. Instead of going on and on about you, center the conversation around the prospect and his or her needs, goals, and challenges. And how do you do that? You research that prospect and you go to their .com, you go to the BBB, lots of different areas and .coms to take a look at, even LinkedIn, about the person you're contacting as well. I'm talking 25, 35 minutes worth of research, taking notes and knowing that person and that business just a little bit more than your competitor that's making a call that didn't do the research. Qualifying every prospect. Well, it's tough to turn away potential new business, but sometimes a prospect just isn't a good fit for you, your podcast, and your podcast listeners. You waste valuable time and energy when pursuing an unqualified prospect. Now, sometimes finding out that prospect is unqualified may come from that initial conversation that you have with them as well, too. The research may show that they are qualified, but once you get to talking to them, they may not. But remember, your audience is key. You must serve your audience for it to work well at all for everyone involved. And if you start to turn off your audience with the wrong sponsors to your podcast, it all falls apart. Failing to schedule the next step. After a great first meeting or phone call, you need to set the next one in stone. Offer up a date and time right there on the spot. They will gladly tell you, no, that's not going to work, and offer another date and time. And here's the key thing, too. If they do not respond, whether it's on the phone with another date or time or via email with another date or time, you know they're not interested. Don't waste your time. If they're not offering a second meeting, not going to happen then. So don't waste your time with them. If you finish that call with "talk to you soon" or some other vague closing, you are missing a great opportunity. And I'll give you a little bonus one as well, too, that's not listed in the rookie mistakes, is when they do respond to you via email, via a phone call that you missed and went right to voicemail, respond within 24 hours. Respond within 6 hours if you can. It doesn't show over-eagerness. It shows that you're responsive to their business and that you're going to take care of them, and you're only a phone call away, that they don't have to wait a day or 2 or 3 days. And this comes down to as well, if you've signed up for advertising through your podcast platform, hosting platform, like a Blueberry or a Spreaker and such, if you've given that hosting platform your email, that is the email you will respond to quickly to receive advertising, do so within a very quick amount of time, 24 hours at the most. You may be losing hundreds, even thousands of dollars by not responding. If that's not a key email that you're going to check most of the time, change that email. Put in a different phone number, whatever the case might be. Those advertising buys through the hosting platforms come down very quickly. They need to be placed, and they're on a timely fashion. So if you're wanting that advertising support through your hosting platform, respond quickly. Well, if any of these sound familiar, cut them out. Do better. Sales behaviors out of your sales approach. Get them out of your sales approach. You'll notice a dramatic uptick in the number of sales that you do close over time. It does take time. Hey, thanks to 511 Studios located in the Brewery District in the heart of downtown Columbus. If you're looking for a podcast or videocast space for your business in Central Ohio, email me, podcasts@circle270media.com for more information. And be sure to subscribe to my free weekly Open the Mic newsletter at circle270media.com. It's chock full of podcast news you may have missed, as well as social media tips and tips on how to grow your podcast. Anything that catches my eye that I think you as a podcaster should know, I put it in the Open the Mic newsletter. Thanks for taking notes with me.